Hi Cancer, welcome to your reading for March 2022. This is going to be for Cancer, Sun, Moon, or Rising, as always. Those intuitively guided. I want to say Cancer, I feel like this, your year should get better and better and better and better. I feel like by the time you finish this year, you're going to be like, yes, something. I just glanced back at your year in review. I didn't watch it. I just wanted to see the bullet points that I put there. And one was wealth. One was love conquers all. And there was one more. I forget what it was. So definitely check that out. That's your year in review for 2022. Year of the Lovers. And let's go ahead and begin. We're going to start with Mother Mary. It's interesting. It's like I have no control over them. And we have Father. My true Father is God in heaven, who shines healing light upon me, my birth father, and our relationships. So, for some of you, somehow that's going to come into play. We'll see how and why, and then we'll read it from the book at the end. We are going to use the Tarot of Dreams. Give it a few shuffles. They're already pre-shuffled, by the way. I just like doing this for you. Let's go ahead and give them a cut. And we are going to read, we're going to let the spread fill itself out. All right, let's begin. Let me bring the lid down a little bit more. Okay. So we open with the Hermit. That's a good thing. Can be a Virgo, of course. But the Hermit's about your wisdom that you've gained through this journey. The Hermit's the wise old one. Doesn't have to be old, but, Hermit is the one who's not afraid to go into the dark, delve into the dark, to find the light within it. And the Hermit does, because ultimately I feel like the Hermit becomes a master teacher. Some of you, you're on your way to this, and I feel like, just the way the Hermit's looking back, almost like my experiences, without them, I couldn't be who I am today. We have the Palace of Wands. Well, that's a good thing. Palace of Wands, that talks about the atmosphere that you may find yourself in, and it's the Palace of Wands, which means passion and desire and intention and action, when it's in the upright. And maybe that's why the Hermit's coming before it, right? Because when it's reversed, it's the opposite. It can be anger and jealousy and all that, but it's not. It's in the upright. We have the Death card of Scorpio. 2 major arcanas out of 3 cards. Death card is the card of endings, so that something new can begin, and it would make sense with the Hermit opening this reading up, like, the ability to gain what you need to gain from your past cycle, and then move on, right? The Hermit is seeking the answer so I can close the door so that a rebirth can take place, right? It can only take place once certain doors are closed. We have the 4 of Cups. First of all, 4 of Cups is about spiritual discernment. If you wonder, what do I do? Is this correct? You always have that to pull on. But it can also be the energy of inactivity. You know, like I'm daydreaming about something. And maybe the time to daydream is over and the time to move into action has begun, because there's a lot of like emphasis on an ending, but not, you know, it doesn't feel in a bad way. Um, I don't know why, but the Four of Cups is all of a sudden remind me of like the Star card, like my dreams, my hopes, and my wishes. But in the Four of Cups, what am I doing about it? Am I willing to walk down that path? All right, let's go right above the Hermit. We have the Page of Pentacles. That would make sense because this is all about gaining knowledge. It's a path of knowledge, wisdom. You know how I said wealth for your yearly? Well, this can be like on my way. You know, this is the more you walk along this path, you gain that. You know, like I say all the time, like I know what I know. I don't know how I know, but I know it. And I know it to be true. You know, certain things I know it. Let's go right below the Hermit. Well, the Lovers. Interesting. First of all, I feel like I was going to say you have both your neighbors here, but you don't. You only have one to the side. Gemini. This is the year of the Lovers. And here it is. I mean, here it is. This can be ahead of a hard decision, of course. I don't know. I don't know that I feel like I'm trying to make a decision in something. What I feel is as I'm moving through like life's, let's say, natural progression of the soul, you know, through this earthly body, you know, willing and able, knowing that I can like face the dark, that I carry this light always, right? You know, there's been a lot that you have learned, and I feel like, and that's why you are who you are today. Now I feel like there's the next step. There's the next step in something. And I don't know if this is the month, but I know this is the year. We have the Page of Cups. You know, it's interesting because the pages came up next to each other. I don't know if it was this deck or not. In another reading. Well, let's go right underneath. We have the Hangman. Interesting. This could certainly talk about an earlier relationship. Maybe it worked out. It probably didn't work out, but that doesn't always, you know, when I say close a door, it just means close the door to the anger and the pain and the hurt, and don't allow yourself to carry it around. You know what I mean? It's useless. It's useless energy, and well, useless, but it hurts you. So, anyway, and I'm saying that because, you know, first of all, I have two here, and then I have two together here. And what's in between them is the Hermit and the Palace of Wands. So, you know, this is all about intention and enjoying you know, but the Hangman kind of is a little bit of a block. And I say block, but really what the Hangman is doing is he's really seeking wisdom on, you know, what do I do next? What's my next steps? You know, the Lover is right beside him, right beside who's ever in the Hangman. I mean, I don't know. This hangman is like muscular. It's making me feel like it's been a long time. It feels like someone had, like, almost like I developed my body. And that may even mean in a spiritual sense. Now what? Here I am, all developed. Now what? Well, we have the world. We have the next chapter. Here it is. Interesting enough, it's coming right over the death card. So, no matter what, first of all, the Hermit would be the perfect card to come up with the World card and the Death card together, because the Hermit has all the understanding the Hermit needs. I don't have to know everything. I just have to know enough. I have to know me, and really, that's what's it about. I have to know myself and myself within situations and all that. I have to trust, or I have to know. It's not even trusting. I have to know that this is also a spiritual journey, not just a human journey. And that means that you allow yourself to have experiences. Now, if it feels wrong, then it's probably wrong. So you got to, I feel like, once you've like graduated, I feel like the Hermit receives a diploma. You graduate to a certain place. You can trust your intuition. You can trust your guides. If somebody wrong comes before you, red flags will be sent. And then it's up to you whether you see them and then therefore not continue if it's wrong. But I'm saying if it's wrong, I'm not feeling anything's wrong here. I'm just feeling that a period has ended and a new one is beginning. We have the King of Cups coming under the Death card. That, of course, can be you, another Cancer, Scorpio, Pisces. We have the Ten of Swords coming over the Four of Cups. This is what needs to end. This is what no longer serves you, never did, really. This is an energy where you feel like you've taken sword after sword after sword in the back. Like, if you're going to put a sword in me, at least do it to my face. No wonder I see the Hangman's back. It's almost like the Hangman can see anyway. Like, I can see behind me. I can see behind me. So anyways, here's the Ten of Swords. There's good news and there's bad news in there. And I feel like that's going to be up to you, because the Four of Cups coming underneath that, I don't love that. It means there's a chance that someone says, no, I'm not closing a door, even though I'm daydreaming about something else. Four swords, Four Cups. I'm just, I don't know. It's almost like I'm allowing the swords. I'm not doing anything to, clearly, you got to close the door to that. You got to find out what that means, what it is. What are these swords that are in your back? Why are they in your back? This is a very submissive type energy. So I feel like, I must have allowed it. When I think of the Ten of Swords, I always think of the Five of Swords. And that Five of Swords, that 5, 2021, gives us the opportunity to see what's toxic, right? What are these swords? And why am I allowing them? Maybe asking yourself these deep questions as the Hermit would. Why? So that you can move out of it. So that you can move out of it. We can start to think that that's just life. But it's not. It's not. It's temporary. But it does feel like somebody's been taking it for a while. And listen, I don't feel like there's any change. If I'm not the one who makes the change, then those swords just seem to keep coming. And I know that. So, we have the High Priestess. First of all, that's your higher self. And I feel like your higher self is saying, hey, for those who are taking those swords, hey. I feel like someone is intuitively thinking about you in a loving way. I know it's who's ever in the lovers. Doesn't mean it has to be a twin. I just know it's who's ever in the lovers. There's a lot of cups. Not that many. It's funny, I'm looking around like, well, there's not that many. But there feels like there's a lot of loving energy to be had. So anyway, I feel like there may be, I feel like you're on one side or the other side. You're either absorbing these swords, right, over and over again, or I feel like you may be the other person who intuitively. It's funny because when we are in a certain type of energy, and like when we've given our power away, it's almost like we make it harder for, let's say, a soulmate to find us energetically, right? It's because it's like we're messing with our own energy. It's like we're telling the universe, like, no, the door to this house is closed right now. That type of thing. We're feeding it. We're feeding it. Okay. I feel like I was going to go deeper with that, but alright, we have the Magician on the bottom of the deck. This feels like your power this month. This is the manifester. The Magician has all the tools that the Magician needs to manifest whichever type of life the Magician wants to go down. It's a very powerful energy. Again, it's that knowing, right? And it starts right from the get-go. What do I mean by that? I mean, the Ten of Pentacles doesn't just become the Ten of Pentacles. It's a journey. It's a journey to get to it, right? And the Magician is, I'm at the beginning. I'm at that intention and the willing, like, I know I can do it. I know I'm equipped. Doesn't mean it'll be easy. Whatever journey it was, right? And it could also talk about, like, it is the end of one journey and the beginning of the next. Now, it's almost like your spiritual team is saying, now you want to be in the present moment. Because something's going to happen in the present moment. Okay. Let's bring in the Gilded Chariot. And I think I'm just going to go around the board on this one and ask different questions. These are already pre-shuffled, by the way. Get a little more clarity. I don't feel like we need it on everyone and everything. I do think we should look at these two pages together real quick. So I want to look at these two pages. One could certainly be a Virgo. It has the energy of the Hermit right below him or her. And it's interesting because the other could be you, could be water. And then we do have the King here. We have Scorpio here. We have you. All right. Did I cut these? All right, we're just going to pull from the deck. I feel like that's what I'm meant to do. It's the kind of reading we're doing. So I'm looking at these 2 pages. Interesting. We had the 5 of Wands. Look at that. 5 of Wands. Wow. Okay. First of all, it tells me these pages must have known each other sometime, this lifetime, last lifetime, every lifetime. This shows the type of energy. Remember how I said in the Palace of Wands, there could be, if it would have came in reverse, it would have came with the element of jealousy and anger and, that type of thing. Ego. And that's what this is. That's what this is. But in the same breath, these are like-minded people. And because I often feel they could just turn around and work together. They could potentially create magic. Definitely victory. But there's a refusal at that point. This may talk about at a younger time, right? Ego was, listen, sometimes we don't know better. Okay. I know one of them went on a path of real clarity. What am I doing? I'm shuffling again. All right. I think what I want to do is I want to stay with them. We have the 7 of Pentacles. 7 of Pentacles. Wow. I often feel like this is meant to be. These are your soul's seed of intention growing from this tree. It's like your tree of life. And they're together on it. The 7 of Pentacles teaches a lesson of patience, as does the Hermit. Patience. Allowing something to fully develop. No wonder there are pages here, because it's not full development yet. I'm on my way. I'm on my way. Home, sweet home. Anyway. Okay, well, I feel like these pages, when I say meant to be, it doesn't mean it has to be. I don't feel there's a penalty, because you didn't fulfill one of these seeds. Maybe it comes back in another life. You know what I mean? I don't feel like there's judgment of, like, there's a penalty. Anyway. It's funny because I feel like saying to someone, and I feel like it's almost like someone's parent saying, you got work to do anyway. Okay. We'll leave that there for a moment. I feel like a lot of people are saying, go to the Lovers. But I don't think we're ready yet. Let's go to the 10 of Swords, even though, well, look at this. The 4 of Swords. It's almost like I didn't want to go to it because I don't want to bring it back up. You know what you know. You know that if you're allowing them. If you're not doing anything about it. And that's not judgment. That's just, you know. 4 of Swords is healing. It's time out, right? The Hangman is time out. So it's kind of interesting. So perhaps both lovers are saying there needed to be a time out. I feel like one of our lessons as we're growing up, not for everyone, because some people are just born with confidence, but most of us aren't. Most of us, you know, a lot of us didn't have like parents who built us, you know, like build us up for the world type thing. They're just getting through their day type thing. Um, so we had to figure it out, right? You had to figure it out. And I often feel the four swords. The one sword that we lay on is our own sword. It's our own self, our own responsibility. Um, because, you know, we have to learn, like, first of all, I feel like, am I allowing myself to feel something over and over and over and over again? Something painful over and over and over again. I've got to heal that. You know, and I feel like it just feels like, listen, this feels like immature energy, but that's exactly what it was meant to be at that time. And then maybe that, you know, I feel like something must have happened. There was probably an ending. I don't know. But I feel kind of like, you know, two paths. So the Four Swords, I think it's kind of beautiful because it's giving you the ability to heal that type of energy, not just for today, but for eternity. Right? Because when I allow the healing to come in, right? And remember, your angels, they need your permission. Your guides don't, but your angels need your permission. So ask and then allow. And you know, you'll be healed. But you will be seeing the truth. And I feel like there's no other way around it. We don't know our own truth. No judgment. So, anyway, I'm happy to see the Four Swords over the Ten of Swords. That tells me it can go away. Not just go away, but it's healed. That means to me it's healed. You know, what does God say? Like, you know, if you're praying to me, don't keep asking me for the same thing over and over and over again, because then you're not trusting that I heard you the first time. I mean, don't quote me by any means. Okay. Let's go down to the Lovers. Wow. We have the Ace of Pentacles. Aren't you glad I waited now? Ace of Pentacles, I mean, this is something that's coming into your physical world. It's tangible. And it's the Lovers. Here I come. You know, I feel like there's only one way it could really truly come in, if it's going to be all that it can be, and that is like each had their own lessons to learn. I know this person over here was giving their power away, and I feel like that's coming to an end. But I feel someone over here took a different type of path. It's funny because the one I feel like that really took a spiritual path seemed to have more ego attached to him or her than the other. I don't know. Doesn't mean, you know, that's what was. Okay, so we have the Ace of Pentacles coming over the Lovers. I'm looking at the Hangman. Look at this, the Magician. Magician's here and the Magician's here. How interesting. You know, is it the Lovers manifesting each other? It's really how it works, I feel like. When the timing is right, the timing is right. You know, waiting for the seed to, You know, it's like waiting for the apple to ripen and not taking it beforehand. There was work to be done. I feel like, you know, there was work to be done individually. There was work to be done, but I feel like perhaps that work has been done. Maybe it's been like karmic lessons, and you know what I mean? Like, and I do feel like things are going to get better and better and better. Let's go right to the world. We have the Ace of Swords. Well, I can tell you one thing. I feel like with the Ace of Swords, you're not taking any bullshit, anyone's bullshit, anymore. I feel like you are 100% healed. You know what I mean? Like, through the pain, you found yourself. Through the pain is how you found yourself. Maybe it couldn't have been any other way. I don't know. But I do know through the pain is, and through the process is how I feel like you now find yourself. Ace of Swords is, you know, it's all about communication. I'm thinking of Mercury all of a sudden. I don't know where Mercury's placement is. I know Mercury just went direct. Thank God, right? Went direct. Anyway, let's keep going. I really didn't want to do every card, but I do kind of want to look at this King of Cups. We have the Five of Pentacles. Interesting. Well, I feel like this is one of two things. I feel like both of these lovers, though they've gone different paths, I feel like they may have had similar experiences. Like they both had the experience of like losing it all, that type of thing. You know, I often think the Five of Pentacles is like the tower hit me. It was something unexpected, thrown into the cold. Look at this. We have the Ten of Swords. You know, someone may even say that to you, like, it's almost like someone wants you to see, you know, not just your spiritual team, but somebody physically wants you to see how these swords may potentially continue to stab you in the back. This could be someone else who, again, may be interested in you. And it's almost like I know that if this person doesn't see any, because it's repeating, and they're not really doing anything about it except daydreaming about a different life instead of creating a different life. And I feel like somebody realizes that, sees that, feels that, but can't do much about it because you have to do it. You know, who's ever in this energy has to do it. Their higher self is definitely, you know, I feel like everything is making them aware. Now it's just, it might be like the final step for them. Okay, so tell me more about the King. We have the Six of Swords. Six of Swords is, you know, I'm leaving toxicity behind. I'm leaving people behind, things that just don't serve me, things that just keep me like mentally bound. You know, the 5 to the 6 is definitely, you know, the 6 is the leaving of it. You know, here, this person did not. This person did. We have the Hangman. Somebody's stuck. Somebody's stuck. Somebody is like having a hard time figuring out how to close the door, right? How to allow this new chapter to come in. First of all, it doesn't come without healing. It doesn't come without self-realization. And then it doesn't come without action. It does. And listen, you know, a lot of those swords are have no merit. You know, if they're like words spoken, they hold no merit, though they feel like they do, because you've given them power. So I almost feel like it's like somebody knowing, and like, this won't take place until this takes place. This takes place. I've done my part. I've done my part. And that's all you can do. That's all they can do, whoever it is. All right. I kind of don't want to leave it that way. I just want to take up cards right across the board and kind of just looking at the outcome, the world. The Page of Swords. The 9 of Swords. The Knight of Swords. Look at all the swords, first of all. It's like it's like the swords get stronger and stronger as we move towards these 2 tens of swords. The swords get stronger and stronger. Nonetheless, I feel like some of you maybe, like, even when you're in that energy, you may hear of communication, something comes towards you that I do feel like, you know, Chariot. I wanted to look at that 9 of Swords. You know, the 9 of Swords is unnecessary worry. It's unnecessary time in our head. It's that feeling of doom, like everything will be doom. Maybe everything's felt like it, you know, maybe everything up to this point has felt like doom. It doesn't mean that the rest of your life has to be that way. You know, 9 and 8s, I feel like it has to take you, really all the numbers. Because I'm thinking 6, it's you moving away from, someone moving away from. So anyway, the Chariot. I feel like the Chariot only shows, first of all, it's a card of Cancer. Let's say that. And it may be pointing to you. Who's carrying these swords around? It may be you. We have the Queen of Swords. And we have the Knight of Cups. It's funny, I feel like who's ever here, it's almost like a mother and then a lover, you know, both attack her or him in the same way. And so that, to me, that means for a long time in my life, right, it's been that way. But I feel like, you know what, I do feel like you want to break free, because the Knight of Cups tells me that, you know, you want to find, or, and I don't just mean romantically, but like you want real love in your life. People who care for you and keep people who build you up, that type of thing. And I feel like this is an attack coming at you. But I feel like it's what was. It's what took you, you know, for the 9 and the 10 of Swords. And for some of you, it keeps you there. You keep yourself there. So the page could represent, you know, maybe this is just the time of the year, the month, where you truly are learning who you uniquely are. Maybe you are starting to take a chance on yourself. Okay. I don't know. I don't feel like I'm still not done, but you know what? I feel like I want to pick this up. Or let's leave. Let's go from the ace. Not the ace, the knight. Let's pick this up. I feel like I gotta leave the magician there. Because, you know, why am I leaving the magician there? Because the magician's coming over the hangman. So, you know, with the magician, again, the manifester. And I feel like, first of all, I feel like it took time to arrive at where I am and who I am. But now that I am who I am, it's time, right? It's time to maybe ask for more, look for more, right? But be willing to move in it. So I do feel like the magician is coming over the hangman as a time of movement. Like, let's go. We have the wheel, destiny. Look at that, 2 wheels. You see how things are mirroring each other in here? Look at this. We have the 4 of Wands. Wow. You know, called the marriage card. This is the commitment card. This is the loving couple. You know, who only have eyes for each other. I can go way back here and be like, well, that's what I dream of, right? And if it is me dreaming of that, but it's the same breath, I'm allowing the swords, or I'm not moving, you know, I'm not seeking. You know, think of everything as energy, intention, and then action. It's not just intention, it's also action. Anyway, I don't know why I'm putting that spin on that, because in this energy, this is truly a loving energy. This is where, you know, this is my family. This is my family. So I think I'm going to leave it there, because I feel like that's what the ace is talking about. The ace is saying it's coming over the lovers. Now that can just mean the year. And some of you some of you, listen, you are in a path of like spiritual knowledge, and you are bringing it to the world, or you will be, and that's a good thing. But I also definitely feel like this is talking about love. How could it not be? But I do feel like someone over here needs to free themselves. And, you know, unfortunately, it is them who has to free themselves. Right? It's them who needs to close the door. And then it's interesting, because what am I daydreaming about? The 4 of Wands. That type of commitment. That type of love. There's 0 doubt lives in this house. This is love. And I think you have the ability to find it this year. And I'm saying find it. Let it find you. Put your vibration where you know it can find you, right? Because again, you know, there's no way. That's why we keep seeing the hangman and that type of energy around those heavy swords. is because there's no way that energy can live with that energy. They don't coincide. You know, it's like putting positive, negative, or two positives together, right? They fight each other. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there, guys. You'll know. Let me know what you think, too. Definitely leave your leave it in the comments how you relate to this. I feel like we got a little bit of everything here. And let's not forget, ultimately, you know, where can we end up? It is the Palace of Wands, which, let's just say, life feels adventurous. You know, passionate, all that. We do have the Lovers. It's coming directly to you. And when I say it's coming directly, I don't know if I should say it like that. It's meant to come into your world, you into theirs, and the synchronicities are kind of like, I don't know, backing it up, let's say. Anyway, I'm going to stop talking. I love you guys. Thank you for your beautiful support of my channel in your many different ways. Your donations allows me to stay on YouTube. Not easy. Your comments to others, helping others, sharing the video, subscribing. Thank you. Like, becoming part of the soul family. And I feel like, you know, the videos, at least here at my table, they find you, or you find it at the right time. And that I trust. So, looks pretty juicy, guys. But listen, it wasn't easy to get here either. So, both are acknowledged. It's funny how I was saying, like, I felt like a mother, and potentially, you know, the next person in my life, like, attacking me. Some of you, it may be a father. Maybe I should read that real quick. I did say I was going to. Because some of you, listen, if you're carrying this energy around, you've been carrying it for a long time. This card comes to you because your question is rooted in your relationship with your father. Even though this connection may not be immediately understood, this card acknowledges the link. Most likely, old emotions concerning your father are affecting your present situation. If a memory surfaces as you read this, trust this pathway to lead you to healing. Recalling a painful memory isn't pleasant, but it's an important step towards releasing negative patterns. If you have old, heavy-hearted feelings about Dad, take a moment now to say, God and Mother Mary, thank you for helping me heal and release, and then name the emotions or situation with my father so that he and I can be free. Can be free. Amen. And I'm going to leave it there. I will see you next time at my table. Bye-bye.